Hey everyone, welcome. It's Sammy here, Skeleton Key Comics. Alright, let's just get right into it. I'm using, as always, my Overstreet grading guide, 2 prep books for an upcoming sale. So I'm doing Batman Family 1, which is the origin of Batgirl, Batman Family 2, and Batman Family 6, which is the first appearance of Two-Face's daughter. So, this one's going to be pretty easy, and here's why. Oh, take a seat. Alright, the cover is detached. Dun dun dun. So, this is easily in poor condition, which is 0.5. It is complete, so it's not an incomplete book. It's just the cover is detached. Beautiful off-white to cream pages, though, I will say, for the cover being detached. So this one is an easy one. Cover's detached, so it is not complete. 0.5, which is also a poor grade, like literally, is poor in the grade. Because see, 0.1, you've got incomplete. Not a 1. Poor grade. 0.5 in the Overstreet grading guide. Alright, so this one's done. Gonna place it in here. Let me bring you guys up just a little bit. There we go. Oh, you know what? Before we do that, I'm going to show you guys something because this was taped. Like, I can tell it's taped. You might not be able to. Let's get my light. Okay. I'm going to show you guys a little trick I've learned along the way. Is how to see residue on comics. Kind of lights up. So you can see where that tape was. Here and here. So you can see like some touch-up stuff and residue from tape with a black light. So it's always nice to have one of those handy. Alright. So let's bag this one up. Next we're gonna do issue 2. So this one I'm gonna call a beat but complete, quote my girl, nerdy girl, reader issue. So this particular issue, reader copies I don't sell, I just put them in for fun throw-ins. Alright, but that's just me. Also, forgot to say, I am not a professional grader. Take it with a grain of salt. Alright. This is Batman Family, issue 2. So the first thing I do when I am looking at a comic, when I'm trying to like give it like an estimated grade, is I try to find the worst thing possible that's wrong with it. So at this point, spine ticks don't matter to me because it's beyond, the issues are beyond a simple spine tick. The first thing I'm going to go to is there is a stain on the back, right? This guy's name is on there, but that's not going to be the worst thing on there. There's a stain and there is a spine split. So that's rough. That definitely looks like it's over 1 inch. I'm going to measure it anyways so you guys can see. I always start at the 1 because when you start, I mean, honestly, like, look, if I start at the 0, seriously, it's probably not even accurate. These cheap measuring. All right, so it is over 1 inch. It's pretty close to 1.5 inches. So what you can do with this, I tabbed it off a little bit for like quick turn. All right, so at 4.5, it'll say like 1 inch to 1/2 inch spine split. Okay, So the spine split is bigger than an inch. So this no longer matters. However, so it is worse than a point if 4.5, but I want you guys to see here, like there's like great pictures of reference, because like right here it shows the example of a spine split, which is exactly what I just showed you guys on the spine. So next I'm going to go to a 4, right? And over time, like it seems like a lot now, but over time you'll start memorizing this stuff. All right, so 1 inch spine split. All right, I need to look for something worse than that. So I'm going to a 3.5. All right, 3.5. Moderate roll and 1 inch spine split possible. All right, let's keep going. All right, so we are at good, very good. We are at a 3.0 now at this point. Spine split is 1 to 1.5 inches. And the pictures to reference are pretty on point. You've got a pretty roughed up spine, right? You've got abraded corners, abraded edges, chipping, color breaks. The pictures are so good because you can really compare your comic really well. So there's our spine split, and I can see very clearly that this does feel like it's about a good, very good, because of that spine split is the worst. At this point in the grading, they already have stains on them, so this no longer matters. It's not the worst thing that's wrong with it. The spine split definitely is. It's dirty, beat a little bit, quite a bit. So I feel like this is a good, very good. I am going to, because I'm not a professional grader, I've graded thousands of books. This is actually my 3rd grading guide. I've graded so many comics, like my other ones like got beat to death. So I'm actually going to call this a good plus, because I'm not a professional grader. I never feel comfortable like putting it like right at that, because there's like so many different grading companies, right? So I just want to make sure it at least hits a good area for like if someone got this graded, you know, with all the different grading companies and them all grading differently. It's better safe than sorry. So got a good plus on that. Gonna put pour on my sticky note for the other one. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is the first appearance of Two-Face's daughter, Batman Family 6. So again, I'm going to look for the worst thing I can find with this. Looking at it right away, the spine ticks are pretty severe. Then I go here, like the cover, like this is worse than the spine, like this defect right here. This is also helpful, like when you're shopping in the wild, you want to draw your eyes to like the worst possible defect and kind of think in your head like, okay, like where's this defect at? All right, so we've got writing on the cover again. I don't feel like that's the worst thing that's wrong with it, because like as you go through the grade, they'll say like, oh, writing on the cover is allowed at this grade. You know, spine ticks are allowed at this grade. But the area that my eye immediately drew to, actually, when I pulled this comic out of the bag, was the staples. This, to me, in my opinion, is probably the worst thing wrong with it, because I know if I open this, it's going to be almost attached. Barely hanging on. Like this cover is like hardly hanging on. It's also got a lot like of severe color rubbing, a lot of severe color breaking. It's like worse than like your average subscription crease, right? Where like the line is nice and clean down the middle. This is like color broken all over the cover, and the cover is hardly hanging on by a thread. So with that being said, I went straight to a good plus. I don't want to chit chat you guys to death. However, you can see here the reason This page is a really good example of why I chose this to be a good plus, is because of how loose the staples are. I feel like in looking at this book in person, I can see it probably a little bit more better than you guys can as far as like how the cover looks. But I personally feel like with how loose and rough the cover is, where it's like so closely detached and has so much wear on it, that it could possibly be, this is on a good, very good. It could possibly be a good, very good. However, I'm gonna go with it being good plus. Let's see. So this book, holy smokes, that book has definitely seen better days. This is on a good plus. It's just a 2.5. Also, if you grade a lot of comics and you start getting the back, and you can compare them to comics that you've seen or comics that you have, this is also a good plus. Like, this is a good example of one that has loose staples. This has like a lot of tearing on the spine, a lot of chipping, a lot of wrinkling on the cover. This is also a 2.5. So anyways, I digress. I feel like this is a 2.5, which is a good plus. I'm going to call it a good. Grade it down. And that is going over 3 really low grade, amazing, like DC minor keys. I say minor lightly. These are pretty cool. So let me know what you guys think. Was that helpful? What would you like me to go over next time or do differently? Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe, all of the things. And I hope everyone has a really good day or night. See you guys.